Hanapataytanchisqa anchatan saminchawaran. Aklasqa kanki, aklasqaña kanki, masasqaykimanta pacha aklasqaña kanki. Nuqaykipaqqa apukunaqa hatunmi. Manaya chay apukuna sapaq ayudayrik. Apukuna yachachiwanku paykuna despacho ruwaytapas yachachiwan chaymanta kay Inés gracias nini. Kay orinda. Ahí casi paralítico le ha dado, paralítico casi.
There are not many women healers in our communities. Back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, which is when she is forming her healing path, there was a lot of oppression to the feminine. Until nowadays, in some communities, if you're a woman, you cannot access certain community rituals, you cannot do offerings for Mother Earth. So she is one of these few warriors.
Chayna paykuna idiankuma ruwananku imatapas. Paykuna imatachamunankuma ruwayta ama manchakuspa ruwanallanku imatapas.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this Indigenous Wisdom for the Earth series. I have a very special set of guests today, and I'm so excited about what we're going to be discussing, and I'd love to get started. So I'm going to first introduce you to Elisabeth Mohlmann. She is I guess she owns Blaze A-Path Productions, or is the director of the movie Mama Irene. And I'd love for you to introduce yourself a little bit and tell us about this movie that we're here to discuss today.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for having us here. We are really thrilled to be given that opportunity, and it's a great joy for us to participate in this conversation. As you said, yes, I am the co-director and producer of the film Mama Irene, Healer of the Andes. And I want to also introduce, before I speak a little bit about the film, I'd like to introduce Nelly, Vilca, Huaman, and Magaly, Quispe, Singona, and both beautiful friends of mine from Cusco and Chinchero, Peru, whom I met many years ago. And Nelida was part of the film as well. She has a little role in that film, and Magaly is often when I come helps us with translation and being just a real inspirational part of, and both of them know Mama Irene intimately, and they will speak more about that later as well. So I'm so happy that both of them were able to join me today in this conversation. So thank you. Yeah. And regarding the film, my goodness, there's so much to speak about. We are right now, the film was inspired in 2016, so some years ago. Mama Irene had invited me to stay with her for about 2 weeks, and every day for 4 or 5 hours, I was allowed to sit in her healing chambers and observe while she was practicing her ancient healing arts. And by listening to her and by seeing what she was doing, and also listening to the stories of her patients, I was incredibly inspired in order to document that ancient indigenous healing art and the methods, because slowly, they do disappear as the elders pass away. And that's why I'm so thrilled also today for Magaly and Nelly to be part of this, because they are the younger generation, and their heart is set in not letting that happen. So therefore I was inspired to make that film, and Mama Irene gave me the permission to do so. She had never openly and on film ever shared her secret methods before. And my intention really with this film was, first of all, to create an homage towards her, and to share with the world that these ancient alternative healing methods exist, that they are a very valid alternative, or sometimes a complementation to the Western medical world, and that they are very seriously touching into finding the origin of a disease versus just treating the symptoms, as we so much see when we visit our Western doctors. So that was initially the prompting. I just wanted to make sure, even if a film just gives a small glimpse of these methods, and definitely does not share all of the methods which Mama Irene has to her disposal and all her tools, but it gives a little glimpse that we have an alternative and that we have other ways to think about our own health. And filming Mama Irene, we went down to Peru 3 times and filmed her before the pandemic. And by filming her and hearing her stories, and also back to 2016 when she allowed me to participate, I really learned and heard from her that we have the power inside of ourselves to heal ourselves. That does exist. We just have forgotten often of how to touch base with that inner power, that inner self, and that inner guidance, and also forgot to listen to it. And Mama Irene said many times, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in you, you are enough in order to, to support yourself. So all of that is really the background of this film. And while we were filming and while we're hearing more and more about Mama Irene's story, it became more evident also that her entire path has been that of service to her community. It has been very much to support women. It is very much to empower the young women of her community as well, in order to do things fearlessly, live their life as they want to, follow their dreams, and not being burdened or held back by cultural norms at times. And thirdly, what came really transpired, and which is also part of the message in the film, Mama Irene does everything as an offering. So when she does a healing, it is with prayers. When she works with Mother Earth, it is with prayers. She does ceremonies. Everything is a sacred offering. And so I saw how actually easy it is if we allow ourselves to take the time to connect with Mother Earth and to bring harmony in our lives in relationship with Mother Earth and with the planet. So yeah, it's just this film just became a real testament to this beautiful Andean cosmovision and the healing methods which exist, and therefore we're thrilled about it. And I'll share more a little bit how the path which this film has taken so far a little later. But I'd love to invite Nelly and Magaly to share a little bit more about themselves, and also how they're related with Mama Irene and what their experience is. So it will be very interesting for you.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Elisabeth. Thank you, Magaly, for this wonderful time. And it's a privilege for me to be here. Thanks to this technology, sharing our knowledge that our ancestor, that our Mama Irene is transmitting to us. So what I want to share about Mama Irene is just the ones that I'm gonna share is just an appetizer, because Mama Irene has, she has a lot of experience, because she is like an open book. And so I had a deep connection with Mama Irene when I was 4 months after born. My mom, my mother, Antonia, she got a very bad illnesses. And Mama Irene came to my home and she cured to my mom, because my mom almost died. And after that, when my childhood, I used to walk always with my Mama Antonia and my grandma. My grandma, she came from Apurima. She was another healer too, but they have a communication also with Mama Irene as a healer. And so I used to go with them to many other healers, but one of these healers was Mama Irene. My mom, she used to go there in order to receive all their wisdom, all their healers too. I used to go to her office. Mama Irene has a very nice office. I said office because it's a small room where you can find a very nice and comfortable sofa and the table where she made the all offerings. And so that day, my mom, she needs a despacho offering for a heal. And Mama Irene, she was making, and when she opened the despacho offering is an offering that we used to offer to Pachamama, to our apples, to all of our allies. And so in this despacho offering has a lot of candies, crackers, different elements that Pachamama loves. That day, I was sitting when I was 8 years old, and I wanted to try a piece of this chocolate. And I asked my mom, Antonia, Mama, please, can I get some of this chocolate? And Mama Irene heard, and she said, no, you can't get this chocolate from Pachamama, because this is already destined for Pachamama, but I'm gonna give you another extra chocolate that I have in my room. Because when we already destined this offering to Pachamama, she's already, wants to eat. But if you will eat part of this element, also Pachamama can eat to you. This is a kind of sick that we call here in the Andes, that we call tierra. This is a very delicate, how can I say, sickness or illnesses, but the doctor can cure. Only the healers of the Andes can cure that. Yeah, that is why it's very delicate when we work with Pachamama, when we work with the elements of Pachamama. If we work with our nustas, with our apples, it's too delicate. That is why Mama Irene, it's very delicate and very clever when she make this type of offering. Also, when she make an offering, she never have to go without liquid and without bell. The liquid is one of the best and important drink that our Pachamama loves, because as As human beings, we have thirsty, we have hungry. That is why, you know, Pachamama also is like us. We have to treat her like us. And why we need the belt? The belt is it's in order to have a deep communication with our apus, with our nusta, with our legs. It's very important. And so that is why Mama Irene said that if you will do your offering, if you already destined, give all to Pachamama. In the same way, you will receive more on the future. And after a week, after all ceremony that Mama Irene made with my mom, I received news. One kid have been eating from that part of this element, or from this part of this offering, a piece of chocolate. It was in another offering that Mama Irene was made. And so that boy ate this part of this chocolate. After a week, he died. So that is why it's very delicate when you work with our Pachamama apus. So this is one of my experience. And also after that, when I was 18, I met again with Mama Irene. When she came here to Chinchero, I met with her here in Chinchero, and she made another offering to my house. You know, here in the Andes, before to build your altar, your house, your sacred house, so you need to have offering. This is the first step that also our ancestors used to do this. If you want to have a very sacred altar without more problem and have to be very blessed, you need to make an offering. This is a very great knowledge and teaching that our ancestors left us. So she made an offering before I live here in Chinchero. So she made this offering for my sacred altar. And then I was pregnant. When I was pregnant, so before, when I was 4 months pregnant, she made a special ritual. It's a special ceremony that here in the Andes, the ladies, we used to have this offering. So we call this colpa. Colpa is when you are pregnant and the healers needs to accommodate very well to the fetus or to the babies. Yes, we used to do this in the beginning or when we are pregnant. After pregnancy, also, I had another ceremony with Mama Irene. We call this Waltado. Waltado is when you give birth, your body, we thought here in the Andes that our body is open. In order to return back to the same state, to the original state, we need to receive this type of ritual, this type of ceremony too. I had the experience with Mama Irene too. Since that time, she became in my master, even now, because in that time, I used to work with her, making different work with our mesa. Our mesa is the sacred altar, sacred bundle that is working with us, where the heart of Pachamama is placed in. And also, I used to work with her, doing a despacho offering for any support that our sisters and brothers want. And also when we have opportunities to work with a plant, with a medicine from the Andes, I used to work with her too. Actually, she is my master. I used to walk together. She's like my another mom here in the Andes of Chinchero.
That's absolutely beautiful. I just love how you were speaking to the reciprocity and giving to the earth so she can give back to us, because a lot of the Western world just takes, and that's damaging our Mother Earth. So I love that you have these ceremonies where you honor each part, and that it's a sacred piece that you must, have reverence for. That's so important, and it's just so beautiful what you shared. I'm really grateful that you shared that with us.
Thank you so much.
Did you wish to share at this time, Magaly?
Yes, dear Tara, thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm very grateful, and I feel honored to be here with you and be connected through this, through that technology, and being able to share about our gift that we have here, that we all have. And what is very special for me about Mama Irene is that she's very humble, and she's got a beautiful heart. She is my grandmother on my mother's lineage. And since I was very young, I've known Mama Irene. I've been part of her ceremonies. I've witnessed her power, her beautiful heart, her medicine also. But just until I got 15 years, around 15 years in my teenagers, I got to experience a beautiful, her beautiful energy, her beautiful power. And she and my grandfather used to make offerings for our community, for our family also. And so this time we were making an offering for my house. We usually do these offerings. We do this because we are very grateful for what our Mother Earth gives us and providing us along the year. And it was on August, and so we were all sitting in this ceremony, and then suddenly my grandfather and Mama Irene started calling their spirit allies, like our apples, the mountain spirits. And like you could just feel the energy, the power, the manifestation of even the elements like water, the air, the fire. And since then I started having this communion more deeper with our spirits that are around us, calling on the power and the help of our new stars, which are these feminine energies. And I had also the opportunity to train with Mama Irene for like a month. And in all that time, I've learned that Mama Irene had a very like a difficult time trying to get her power, to discover her gift, because in that time the healers were mostly men, and women were being like limited because of the children, because of the family, because in that time the knowledge was just given to our brothers or elders, men elders. And when she started talking about her experience, she used to say, she keeps saying also that the women from this time need to be stronger, need to trust in themselves more, and we need to incorporate this gift, this knowledge in our brothers and sisters, no matter if they are men, if they are women. But we have to discover that. Nobody will discover that for you. And to be conscious of your power, to be conscious of your gift, you have to be first grateful to Mother Earth, because she's the one that brings to us these gifts, this healing energy, that it's always providing us with whatever we need, whatever we are asking for, and that we are never alone, that we can always call on the help and the power of our apples, of our mountains, of our animal spirits, of our elements, and that we can also call on our ancestors. And I would like to share another experience with Mama Irene. This was when a friend from the US came, because she's been called by Mama Irene in her dreams, and she needed a cleansing. And we were entering this huge cave in a very sacred place here in Cusco. And because I was curious about what's inside the cave, what I'm going to experience inside there, I was preparing myself to enter the cave without really asking permission. And so Mama Irene asked me for the first time, "Are you sure you want to enter inside?" And I was like, "Yes, I want to enter," very excited. And then I was taking off my shoes, and Mama Irene said, like, "Really? Do you think, are you sure you want to enter the cave?" And I was like, yes, I'm going to enter, and it's going to be the first time I'm entering a cave. And suddenly, like, for the third time, Mama Irene, "You really want to enter the cave?" And for the third time, I said yes. And I was very sure of my decision. But then as soon as I was stepping my first step to the cave, I started feeling like chills and very scared, kind of like somebody's watching me. And I saw just in the entering of the cave a big face of a woman. It was like on the rock, because it was a big rock. And this face was on the rock, just seen directly to the entering of the cave. And I knew that she was the guardian of the place, and I needed to ask for permission to be more conscious of where I'm entering, who is there, what are the energies that are around us, taking care or just being as a guardian in those places. So I got scared, and Mama Irene said, she was kind of like laughing, and she said, "It is not your time yet to enter the place. It doesn't mean that you won't enter, but it means that you need to wait." And in that time, I was just starting to train myself as to become a medicine woman, and to be able to share all the knowledge and from our lineage here in the Andes. So that was the first teaching that I had from Mama Irene, that we all have the power, we all have the gift, we are always, the Pachamama is always going to give us the permission, but we need to wait sometimes. We need to be conscious before. We need to honor and be grateful before starting maybe our path, or maybe awakening our gift, our power. And that first time, Mama Irene gave me this sacred stone that we call kuya. And it was beautiful, like it was on a triangle shape, and it had like a dot in the middle of the stone with a lot of rays going all over the stone. And she said, she talked about, this is your star, this is your this is gonna be the light that is given to you by this place, by the spirits of this place. And So that was the first teaching from Mama Irene, that sometimes we need to wait for our time and we need to be conscious before. And then another thing that I've learned from Mama Irene also while I was being able to translate for a friend is that in that time Mama Irene was making an offering for this couple that they have been through a lot of health problems, a lot of things happening with their work. And so Mama Irene said that they needed an offering because a lot of energies were coming on their way. And it was like a week before Holy Week. And Mama Irene said, this is gonna be the last time I'm going to make an offering in these times because Holy Week is coming and I need to rest, she said. And like she works 11 months of the year, always helping children, women, empowering them. And she rests just for a month. And she said that when I asked her, why do you need to rest? And Mama Irene said, it's not me, the one that is resting. It's Pachamama and all my allies, the ones that are needing rest, because all these gift, it's about a cycle. When you are given with this power, with this gift, you need to be conscious that all that comes from your allies, that you need to be conscious that you are given this power, you're not taking this power. And a very powerful teaching from Mama Irene also, that we need to give our Pachamama, our Apus, our Nustas, their time. We need to respect their cycle also. Because for example, here in the Andes, just like a women, our Pachamama gives us this rainy season for our projects to bloom, to give fruits, to give the vegetables, the potatoes. And then she enters on a time where she needs to rest, where we don't harvest anything, not even potatoes. We just let the Pachamama or our lands like rest, not stop, but rest. And then again, in order to start our harvesting, we need to be grateful first. That comes in August when we are preparing our land to start our harvesting season. When we start giving our offerings, we start making, for example, whatever the best products that we have from last year, we offer it. We forgot the word, but it's like a special offering, like a special ceremony that we do in order to activate again our lands and to tell our Mother Earth that we need her help, we need her fertility again for our products. And that's what Mama Irene is always talking about, that we need to respect also, and that we need to honor that those cycles of Mother Earth, of our Apus, of our ancestors. And that now on, the new women that are becoming medicine women, she wishes that our path is not longer with limitations, that we need to discover our power, and we need to also teach our brothers and sisters to be more conscious of that power, to awaken that healer that we all are, and that we need to be first grateful, and that we need to honor all these spirits that are around us, or our allies and ancestors and masters. That the most important thing that we need to learn since we are very young is that we are never alone, and we need to be respectful and humble once we start our path, or once we discover our gift. And that's what I've learned from Mama Irene, and I would love everyone to know and to be more conscious of that. We all have that gift, that we all have that permission from our Mother Earth, to call on her help, to call on her wisdom and her healing for ourselves and for our community.
So much beautiful wisdom and everything you just shared right now. It touches my heart so much to hear this. And I'm so grateful that you're both bringing this amazing knowledge that I really wish every human everywhere around the world lived in that way, you know, to work with Pachamama, not take from. It's, you know, it's a relationship, it's honoring, it's asking permission, it's, you know, giving back to, it's respecting the cycles. Yes. So no, really, that just means so much to me. And I know so many of our audience also feels that way. I remember seeing on the website, there wasn't a lot of information, but that culturally women in that area weren't allowed to do ceremony with Pachamama or something. Can you speak to kind of the challenges that she met with when she was first learning she had gifts and finding her way with her gifts that she came up against?
I can share a little bit of what Mama Irene shared with me, and which is also part of the film. She had a very, very difficult childhood. I mean, she has overcome a lot of challenges and hardships in her life. But she knew from a very young age, she shared with us that at 3 years old, she already healed someone. That time it wasn't conscious, but she rubbed her saliva over the forefront of the head of a patient, which had come to her grandmother at that time. And that helped him after many years of having these kind of issues, headaches and so on. And instinctively, she already was born with that gift. Nevertheless, she went through her own life story and, you know, married and had 15 children, and 7 of them passed away. And I mean, a tremendous amount of hardship also with her father, with her family overall. But she persisted and pursued her passion, which was healing and learning more about it. And so that was when she was forging her healing path. That was in the 60s, 70s, 80s of last century. So, you know, she really was determined not to let anybody hold her back. Although many people, as Magaly was sharing, you know, there were, even when she tried to study with the male shamans, they told her, if you want to learn anything from us, you need to first have sex with us, and then we'll teach you. But even then, you will not be able to learn everything of what we know, and that kind of thing. So she has encountered that kind of obstacles consistently. She was married to her husband, with whom she had many of these kids, and he just wanted her to be you know, cooking and being and didn't want her to go and look for, as Nelly and Magaly was speaking about, looking for her altar. And the mountain spirits communicated already during that time with her, but she kept on persisting, and that's how she is just a force of nature, and she did not, and her inner, how I interpreted, her inner being told her, this is my path. And so she did not let anybody really take her off that path, no matter how difficult it was. And she definitely, and so that's also one of the very inspirational parts of this film. And I hope it will encourage a lot of people, male and female, you know, not to, and young people, especially in our society, who are often so hopeless, and to really follow your dream, and that you can do it no matter how hard it can get. Because as you know, the traditions which we're just hearing from Magaly and from Nelly, if we stay humble, if we listen, if we pay attention to what Mother Earth and all the signs around us want to give us, we can, you know, we have that. And so Mama Irene definitely is a brilliant example of how to do that, how to live that.
That's beautiful. I think it's so important I also too believe that everyone has a gift. And right now the earth needs us all to find that voice and stand up and bring our gifts forward, because we need to take action on her behalf. So I love that she just followed and just held true to what she knew she was meant to do. And I love hearing that she's now encouraging you all and others to find their gifts and to learn the healing arts. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, Magaly and Nelly, for example, they teach now. They have started for how many years now? You guys have started, you know, on a platform called Nukankani, and there are some courses there, and Magaly teaches dream work, as far as I know, right, Magaly? And then Nelly, you teach about how to do ceremonies. I don't know exactly, but maybe you guys can just briefly share with us of what you're teaching, because you're definitely medicine women, and you already are putting it into practice and helping many, many people in this way.
Yeah, thank you, Elisabeth. So dear Terra, currently we are working with Nokankani. Nokankani is a team of a family led by our master Puma. Thanks to him, also we are able to open our wisdom. Also thanks to Mama Irene, also as a women healer here in the Andes. So currently in Nokankani, I am teaching about Nusta Rimac. Nusta is the beautiful and powerful princess from the Andes. Rimac is what you share, what you can share with all your knowledge. So because here in the Andes, we are many women who are ready, who has this heart, and who want to share this divine knowledge of the divine feminine. Because here in the Andes, there are many very powerful women as a healer who doesn't have the opportunity to share this knowledge. As me, for example, as my grandma too, but my grandma in the past also, she was a very powerful healer, but she didn't have enough opportunity because their family, their husband. So in the past, as Mama Irene said, it was hard to walk in this spiritual path as a Andean healer, as a divine feminine healer. Mostly the men used to share this divine medicine, but currently, thanks to our master Puma, our master Mama Irene, and the team of Nokankani, I am teaching the knowledge about the divine feminine. So it has a different topic. We can starting talking about Pachamama, because it is a very long topic to talk about Pachamama. We have to understand why we are here. Why is Pachamama? Where we come from? Who we are? So it's a very long topic that we have to learn and more to feel it, because we are children of one mother. Our one mother is Pachamama. She's giving us vitality, energy. She's giving, supporting, she's holding. Everywhere she is with us. Thanks to her, we are here. So, and also we are starting honoring and acknowledging to Pachamama. Then we can also I teach about the new stars, how we program our new stars, which are a very powerful energies, powerful daughter of Pachamama. And also I talk more about the divine feminine with the Pleiades, with Venus, with new stars, with all that we refer to the divine feminine. It's a very powerful and very honor teaching this knowledge. It's because now the women's, we are the future. That is why we have to take care all the divine feminine as human being and as elemental being. And also I would like to share more to that divine feminine in all the world, that as a divine feminine, we don't have limits. We are very strong. We are very joyful. As a divine feminine, we are medicine. This is the divine feminine. This is what I teach in No Cancani.
Sounds amazing. I know that would appeal to a lot of the people in our network. Is this something that's only local, or are these online offerings that anyone in the world could participate in?
Yeah, it's globally.
Oh, well, I'm gonna have to get your information then about this so I can share it with everyone. Yes, it sounds so in sync with the kind of things that we're seeking more knowledge in, so yes.
Yeah, also, sorry, Tara, also when to have a deep connection with our allies, it's much better to feel it, the land in the Andes. Here we have many spots where you can feel it, the energy. You charging your energy and you feel it, how was the energy of our ancestors. So it's many sisters and brothers who are outside, they know about the theory, about Pachamama, about our allies, everything. But when you arrive to this land where it's called Cusco, Cusco means center of center, because the energetic place is located where we are living, Cusco. That is why the name is Cusco. So when many brothers and sisters came here, they will feel the energy completely different, and they will feel fulfill their energies. It's unique when you are here. That is why I invite so many brothers and sisters from outside to come here and have this great Aini that we have here in the Andes. This Aini is this reciprocity and unconditional help. So this is my heart for all brothers and sisters who would like to come here.
Each of the different landscapes, the rivers, the forests, the mountains, each of those have a gift to teach us, and we have to be open to be connected to it. So I can only imagine in that very sacred place where you're at, that energy is probably 10-fold or 100-fold, much stronger to be felt and shared. It's yeah, it's such an honor to speak to you about that. Magaly, did you have some teachings that you also wanted us to know about?
Yes, dear Tara, thank you very much again. Just one thing to highlight to what our sister Elisabeth was telling about Mama Irene. Yes, she had a lot of difficulties fulfilling her dream becoming this powerful woman that she is right now, and that she has this wisdom and this knowledge. And something I really, really respect from Mama Irene is that now that she's being through all these difficulties, all these limitations, she is just grateful even for all those processes that she's been through. She also honors her history, her story, I mean. And that's what really inspires me, that no matter what can happen on your way, on your path, you just need to trust the process. You just need to trust your heart, and trust that you are blessed, that everything will come and will flow according to your heart, how open you are to this knowledge. And that's also something that we learn and that we share on No Kankani, this platform. It's been created by our master Puma. He is also my brother, and he's just I can say that, for example, we have energies like the feminine energy and the masculine energy. And in order to become these light, in order to become these very wise and powerful human, we need to welcome all those energies to ourselves, because we need to find a balance. And that's what we have with our master Puma and our master Mama Irene. And in this platform, the most important thing that we are taught by our master is that everything that we have, everything that we learn, all this communion that we are able to learn from our elders, from our people here in the Andes, need to be shared, need to be spread out to the world, to our brothers and sisters, to our communities, to our masters and women and men all around the world, that we need to be one with the wisdom, that we need to be one with our Mother Earth, that we need to take on the wisdom from here and the wisdom from all our brothers and sisters that are worldwide. And that's what we learn in Kankani. And we have every month we have these courses, like the classes can be with our brothers and sisters that are also learning from Mama Irene, from our master Puma, that keep training, that are helping our brothers and sisters here in our communities, outside also to our brothers in the US or all around the world, in wherever the help is needed. And me, for example, I share my classes with my sister Maria Elena, who is another sister that is also medicine women. And we talk about the dream work. And for me especially, along my training, I've discovered that I have a better connection, or a deeper connection with the Pachamama, with the mountain spirits, our apples, with our feminine energies, which are the Nustas, through my dreams. And I've learned a lot of things directly from these light beings through my dreams. And I think and I trust that everybody has this gift, that everybody can connect to these spirits, to this power, to these energies through their dreams. And I am very happy and grateful to Nokankani team that I can share this with my brothers and sisters and help them to work more on their dreams, to pay attention to the messages that come every day, and also to be able to also share what they know, to share their experiences with the community so that it multiplies and becomes something that everybody can do, something that everybody can learn and try even to maybe connect with their spirits, with their ancestors, even with these loved ones that have gone, that comes to our dreams to tell us something very important, or just to make us feel comfortable, to make us feel loved. And so we talk about that, the dream work, and there are also other classes every month that we have, and there are brothers and sisters are sharing all this knowledge from our lineage, from our Andes, because as our sister Nelly was saying, Cusco is unique. It's just amazing, the energy that you can feel here. And I think it is even stronger because we are conscious of our Mother Earth. We respect her like even more than ourselves. And we know when since we are very, very young, the children here know since they're very young that there is something that they need to be conscious of, that they need to be respectful, they need to ask for permission in order to enter a place, that we need to save for example, the places like the archaeological places that we have here, that we need to respect them, we need to take care of it, we need to continue learning these teachings, we need to recover also the wisdom that has been lost. And I think that's also why we are more connected to our Mother Earth. That's why we little by little we teach everybody that we need to be humble and respectful. And so what our sister Nelly was saying also is that everybody is welcome here. You don't really need to think a lot of, you just need to open your heart, feel it, trust it. And because all our spirits are always talking to us, they are always giving you signs, they're always calling on you, and you just need to pay attention to those messages. They can come in your dreams, just in the picture, or by somebody telling you or inviting you to somewhere, or just sitting in the nature and feeling the wind or the manifestation of the rain. Very small things that you need to pay attention to. And we would love everybody to be aware of that, to pay attention to the callings that we get every day from all our spirits, from Mother Earth, from the mountain spirits, the oceans, the waters, cascades, even the small plant. Like every single thing here has a consciousness, and we just need to be open and open our heart.
I'm so honored to have you both on this conversation, because what you're sharing is so important to be heard and to understand. So many of us have forgotten, or I think it's in us inherently, but you live it. You live in that place of reverence and respect and connection with nature. And then there's so many of us over here who somewhere along the way, either our ancestors forgot about it, or we believed lies, or thought that other things were important. I think it's so powerful if we all start turning back to that connection. And it's such an honor that you all are willing to share that connection and bring people back into that living reciprocity with the planet, which is so needed. Please go ahead and tell us a little more about the film, because I know you have some plans coming up for it.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, and also we just heard from Magaly about Puma, who is her brother and her master. And he plays a big part in our film. He is the interpreter. He was helping us throughout the way, understanding, because Mama Irene speaks in Quechua. She feels most comfortable in her own language. So Puma was an amazing part. He's a real second protagonist in the film. And so we were honored to have him along with us and very humbly, as a full-fledged medicine man, and really beautiful, beautiful medicine man. He supported the project in that way. So we were very grateful to him. And are grateful. It continues to be grateful. That never stopped. And so, yes, the film, well, we since we showed it to Mama Irene in last February, her being the first one to see it, we wanted her blessing. So we flew to Peru for that, which she gave wholeheartedly, which we were very thrilled about. And having her blessings, we went into the world and submitted to many film festivals. And right now the film has been accepted to numerous film festivals. We have already gone to Paris and to Canada, and we are going to be in Madrid this month. So it's beautiful to see of how Mama Irene is making her way through certain film festivals, which really resonate with the message of the film. So we are very happy about it. And we are right now still walking through the film festival run, but come November, we are going to be releasing the film for a 2-week segment, a 2-week time frame online, where the entire globe at that time can watch the film. And followed, Puma already agreed, followed by a live online event with some of the protagonists afterwards, where they can ask questions. Or so we are thrilled that this is going to happen, and that's going to be in November. Right now we are looking at November 19th and 26th, one for English speaking audience and one for Spanish speaking audience. And then after that, we're going into communities all around the world, where people who have studied with Puma, with Mama Irene, who know the family, who know Magaly, Nelly, and everyone, they are offering really to bring their own community together, watch the film together, and then afterwards have a discussion of exploration. So we have a facilitation guide for that, and so that really that people don't just watch the film and leave the cinema and the space, but there's actually a dialogue going on, and what they felt of watching it, what kind of impact the film had, so that it really becomes, that it's not just your regular commercial film, but that it is a learning, and that is an experience. It's a sharing with the community, and it will bring the community closer together as well in that way. So we have people in Denmark and in Sweden and in England and in Germany and in France, and and in the US and in Canada, stepping forward as part of that community, who have either learned from Puma and Mama Irene, or are on their own path of shamanism and healers. And so we are thrilled to see the way of how this film is making its world into the world and into the communities. And it's all thanks to Mama Irene, who agreed to share her wisdom with us, and so openly during this entire filming process. She never held back, and she had so many more stories to tell. And even in February, when we were there, Magaly was with me at that time. We interviewed her, and And she said, well, we touched on the divine feminine, the sacred divine feminine. And she says, well, that needs to be a second film. So you need to come back and do it then. So there's so much more to explore, but we are thrilled about that. And yes, that's where the film is at, and that's where it's going. And who knows, in a year's time, we would have probably many, many stories to tell. So
I'm absolutely sure we want to help get the word out about it and watch it and share it and learn from it. You're right. It's not just like you're watching a show and that's it. This is life-changing material, life-changing experience. And so honored that she's allowed the world into her life to even see what it's like and to get that glimpse, that understanding of how life can be so much more. What can any of our network, they want to help support the film, or they want to sign up to see it, or they want to help Mama Irene in some way, what can they do?
Yeah, I mean, what we'll do, first of all, please do go to our website. It's I understand that that's going to be posted on your platform. We have a newsletter where we will send updates with that newsletter, and please sign up on that so that you can, stay in touch with us. And if you have any questions, there is a platform there on the website where you can actually sign up if you wanted to do a community screening in your own community. And we speak with you, we work with you, our outreach coordinator will work with you. We have a Zoom call, and any questions, we are always available for it. Any ideas you have, any distributors, we really want to create a huge community around that film. And first things really is to literally sign up and get the news so that we can start being in touch. And then once we come closer to the event, maybe you and I, we can have a brief conversation of what kind of information you possibly could put on your platform in order to bring it out to your group of participants and people who are interested in this culture, in these topics which we discussed, and the gifts which Mama Irene has to share, so that as many people as possible can then see the film in this 2 weeks time in November, followed by a live event.
Yes.
So, and any other ideas you have, I'm totally open.
I'm sure we have a very, very creative network. I'm sure if I put the word out there, I would get a list of people's ideas that I could share with you. Yes. Oh gosh, it sounds so amazing. It's such an honor to have, I'm so glad whoever reached out to our support box did, because this is so powerful and so beautiful and so important. And I'm just so grateful for your presence and your time here today. Thank you for coming on and making us aware of this. And oh gosh, is there anything either of you, Nelly or Magaly, one last thing that you would like to share with the world, something that you might think is important or people should know? I think you have shared some very important things, but I just want to give you one last opportunity to share anything that you really want people to know.
Thank you, dear Tara. Just I want to say thank you so much. It was a privilege to visit here. And for us, every time is a ceremony. To be in ceremony is just to honor and acknowledge to our Pachamama, because she is the chief of chief. So also when we say thank you, or when we pray in the morning, this is a very powerful prayer. It's a powerful connection to be with our nature. So, or just by saying, thank you, Pachamama, or thank you, Apus, this will be so powerful for everybody. And also, I would like to tell to all the world, to all brothers and sisters, that don't forget for our Pachamama, because she's alive, she's with us, she's supporting us, she will be always before, now, and on the future, Pachamama will be present with us. And also, I would like to share the knowledge with more women in all the world, because this is our time for many divine feminine to follow and to respect the wisdom that our ancestors left us as a divine feminine. There are so much more to learn, and always, as our sister Elisabeth and Magaly said, listen ourselves first and last, and open our heart. This is the most important that I would like to share with more brother and sister. This is the most important. Or everything that you will make, that you will do from your bottom of your heart. This is the most important. Be humble and respect to our Pachamama always.
Thank you. Magaly?
Thank you, dear Tara. I would like to say thank you to Three Sisters platform, to Elisabeth for this opportunity, also to my sister Nelida for being part of this beautiful conversation. I feel very happy to be able to share this with a lot more brothers and sisters all around the world. I would like to say that because we are right now, we are going through a lot of hard things, hard processes. We are very busy trying to find ourselves, trying to maybe recover from a lot of things that have happened in the last years. And but that's not an excuse to not being connected to our Mother Earth. That's not an excuse to be more respectful, to be more conscious about her presence everywhere and every day, all the time. That I would like to invite everybody to start feeling themselves, to start hearing also themselves, to open their heart, to open their mind, to let these all energies, this all power come their way, to call on these allies, to call on the power, the help, the healing of these amazing allies that we have, like the mountain spirits, the elements, the animals, for example, the feminine energies that my sister Nelly is talking about, our new stars, what we call here in the Andes, that we can always invite them to our life, to our heart, to our thoughts, and that we just need to pay a little bit more attention to these callings, to these messages. And just remember that all of you, all of us have that gift, all of us that have power. We just need to forget about the limitations. We just need to start being more grateful, more humble, more aware of this. And to invite everybody, or our brothers and sisters all around the world, to see the movie and to learn more about this wisdom that it's everywhere in every culture. It's something natural from our heart to be unconditional lovers, and to be also loved unconditionally.
Thank you so much. I'm just again so grateful and honored to be present with both of you and what you've shared. It's so important, and it's so good to hear it, and it's so good to share it. Thank you, and thank you, Elisabeth, for bringing this to our attention. And and actually, bringing it to the world, because, we wouldn't have heard about it otherwise, I'm not sure. So, yes,
Yeah,
thank you
thank
also.
you. Yeah.
I will definitely get all the information together, present it to the network, and again, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.